If you're traveling to Johannesburg, please come closer. Yeah? Woza, Guino. I don't know which language you'll hear. Yiza. Oka. Yeah? Because we need to have a conversation. And it's about your safety. How safe are you in Johannesburg? And by the way, this is not just Johannesburg. It's South Africa at large. South Africa, you need to make sure if you're traveling to that country, and I'm speaking about, of course, I know locals, you know your country. If you're from South Africa, you know your country, you know how you manage and all that. But if you're traveling to South Africa, you're a tourist, you don't know the place very well, please, first of all, you can't be walking at night. You're just in the street walking at night. What's wrong with you? It's not your country. If that's what you do in your country, please, you can't be doing that in South Africa. Do you know South Africans go to other countries when they travel to other countries? Like I know I have friends, they come to Kenya. And one of the things they have to marvel about, like they have to write home about, is how they were walking in the streets at night and it was safe. And I'm talking night. The night is 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Yeah. Like at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., they were just walking the street and people were everywhere. Like that to them is a story, because in their country, it's not like that because of the security, how unsafe, South Africa can get. And I know, I love South Africa. It's beautiful. Please travel. This is a beautiful country. Please travel. I just want you to be safe. I just want you to be safe. Your security is key. And especially even in the townships, you will realize that they will start closing their shops at 7 p.m. Not even 7, even 6 p.m. they're closing shops. Even 5 p.m. they're closing shops because it's late. And when we talk about 24-hour economy, I don't know. South Africa, just work on your security, on how your safe people can be for a 24-hour economy to be realized, because you can't be out there. Even at 6 p.m., you see people, like the town is getting deserted. And this is in the townships. I've traveled inside South Africa in the townships. I know. This video is really about Johannesburg. So Johannesburg, and especially if you're in Johannesburg Central, my friend, you went to visit Nelson Mandela Square. You need to make sure you're safe. And especially, you need to watch yourself, that is. And if you're going to those very, very busy stores at, those busy malls, Rosebank Mall, I think maybe that one is a bit safer. But, just here, like the Nelson Mandela Square, those busy malls in Johannesburg. And there are these busy stores, like the Zara's, what have you. You've got to make sure your bag iko hapa mbele, like it's here in front. You can't be at the back, because you will not know when your iPhone went. Like another girl we found crying there. She was at one of those stores in one of those malls. Let me not mention the mall. And she's wondering what to do because her iPhone has just gone. She was in one of those busy stores. Her phone was inside her pockets. And it just went like that. And when she went to report to the Apple, because there's an Apple store in that mall, she was told, like, that day she was the 5th person. And, at that time, it was around 10:30 a.m. They said that she was the 5th person who was reporting her phone being stolen in that very store, because it's a very, very busy store. So you've got to make sure that your bag, if you have any bag, it's like facing, like it's in front, or you can see it, you are holding your phone, you have to be very safe. But, and then the other thing is, if you're ever at the park station, you find yourself at the park station, maybe you traveled from Mozambique, you traveled from Eswatini, you traveled from wherever, Zimbabwe, wherever, and you find yourself at the park station in Johannesburg, you cannot call for Uber. You cannot call for Uber, because I got tea for you. I was coming from Eastern Cape this one time, and coming back to Johannesburg. So of course, I'm gonna get to the Johannesburg park station. Let me remove this one so that I look at you squarely. I'm coming I'm leaving Eastern Cape. I traveled through the night, so I arrived park station Johannesburg in the morning. And now, of course, what would I do? I would basically I booked my hotel where I'm going to stay in Johannesburg, and then now look for Uber to go. That's a mistake. Never call for Uber. And it's not that you'll not find. They have Uber and Bolt. It's not that you won't. You will find it. You will find that Uber or Bolt. And then you need to realize, by the way, for Uber, you have to pay before. You have to pay before the travel. Like, that's what I've seen. So mostly, I just use the Bolt. But you will find it, but it will not get there. It will not get to the park station, because the park station, they usually have designated taxis, and I think they are yellow in color, if I'm not wrong. They are the ones that you use, and they are a bit premium. They are a bit expensive than the Uber. So for me, I call for my Uber. I call for my the Bolt. I ordered Bolt, and I see that they're charging 30 rands to where I was going, to the hotel where I was going, because the hotel was just about 7 minutes away. And then, so I'm getting out, and I'm going to, so that I get out of the, at the gate of the park station, to basically wait for to tell the driver where I am, so that he comes. And so as I go to leave, I thank God for that guard who stopped me and asked me where I was going, because of course they can see I have the bags. And then when we spoke, he realized that I'm like a foreigner. So he told me, let me tell you here, you can't call for Bolt, because if you call for Bolt, it's gonna you have to cross a street and another one for you to get it. It's far. So just get these taxis that are here, these cabs that are here, the ones that are at the park station. And he even called one of the drivers of those taxis. He came, we spoke, but he charged me I think 85 rand or 90 rands. And as a Kikuyu, I just did simple mathematics here. If I call for this Bolt is 30 rands, but this thing, he's charging me, I don't know, 85 rands. Of course, they extort you, especially when they see you're a foreigner, they extort you. So, so for me, I made for the gate. As I'm making for the gate, I'm seeing these guys, the dogs, I don't know where they came from. They're even talking to me. And he told me, this guy is telling me, you see those people are going to rob you. And let me tell you, he was right. He was right. So the way it is that those cabs are designated for that place, for the park station, and Uber's Bolts cannot go there. There's usually like a whole fight. They cannot go there. They have to get their clients from very far, a street or 2 streets away. So, and the place also around the park station is a bit deserted. There you'll not find people really. It's a bit deserted. You can't be walking, and especially if you're one person. If maybe you are 3 of you, even 2 of you, you're not very safe, and especially if you're foreigners. If you are 3 of you, you can walk, because of course they'll not be able to approach 3 people and rob. These thugs jump from nowhere, and they are talking to me, and I can also tell these are the people who will rob me. If you dare leave that gate, they rob you. And this is 9 a.m. in the morning in Johannesburg, and the guards are there. There are people, passing. There are people, but they are not gonna help you. Nobody will care, even when you call for help. That's how it is in Johannesburg. So I decided, let me go to the other side, see if I get an Uber from there. Wapi, they can't come there. So that's when another person explained to me that, I understood. That's how it works there. So, and I stood there for about an hour, by the way, just figuring. And then I said, then I decided, let me just go and pay this guy 100 rand, whatever he charges me. My safety is important. And then I see this girl who was there. She was standing there. I think she was waiting. She told me she was waiting for a friend. And I told her I wanted to get an Uber, but I think, but I can't get because it's far. Then she told me, let's wait for my friend so that we go. We take you where you can get an Uber instead of having to pay 100 rand. So that girl helped me like a sister. We waited for the friend who was also a lady. And then there was this guy who was actually following me around. He was following me and he was talking to me, and I could tell he just wanted to rob me. He's getting very near me. So this girl, we started talking, chasing him with this girl. These girls became my sister. The friend came, so we are now 3 of us. At least we could walk. They helped me to carry my bags and what have you. We went, found Uber. Please, when you get to the park station, you may not find that girl. Just go and pay 100 rand, whatever those cab drivers charge you. You will be safe. If you're moving from one place to another, you'll even realize in some places in Johannesburg, they are deserted. And this is during the day. It's deserted. And this is it's supposed to be a very busy city. So you've got to make sure if you're moving anyhow, you can't just be walking on foot. Just get yourself, and even if you are being told the supermarket is there, the chain store is there, please make sure you have sent somebody. If you can't, or if you're 2 of you, you can walk maybe, or if you're 3 of you, you are much safer. But alone, get an Uber, get yourself a Bolt from place to place. But from the park station, it is a yellow cab. Okay, good.